Hello. In this unit, we're going to talk about working over an entire office at once. Now, primarily, there's going to be three different types of offices you're going to work with. There's going to be the large offices, which are going to be very, very tough to crack. There's going to be the smaller offices, which will have their own issues, but you can crack them fairly easily. And then there will be the kind of, I guess you could say, shingle shops, those that just simply provide a place for people to hang their licenses and nobody actually ever goes in there. So let's talk about the three different types and the three different ways of working them. Now, the first type is the large office. Typically, they'll have an in-house lender, somebody that's either paying rent or that is somehow affiliated with their company that does a percentage of the mortgage business there, that tries to capture as much as possible from the realtors. Now, we know that by the numbers, most in-house lenders only do between 30 to 40% of the business. That means that there's 60% of the business to be captured by a highly skilled and professional loan officer such as yourself. Now, in those particular types of offices, you're going to want to work with one or two of the agents first before you go after the broker. And you're going to want to have the privilege of calling the broker, which we're going to talk about in our next unit. Medium-sized to small-sized offices are a little bit different. If they don't have an in-house lender or if nobody's renting space, what I would do is I would call the broker and explain to them that you have ongoing training programs that help their new agents understand the mortgage market, and that these are free things that you'll come in and do. And a lot of times it really helps them because they're looking for something to help them with their sales meetings. So if you can have existing training material to come in once a month and do a quick 5-minute presentation to give them a quick education about something in the mortgage industry, that is a tremendous way of breaking into the office. And we're going to talk about how to do in-office presentations a little bit later on this CD. And then you have what we call the shingle shops. Shingle shops are a little bit different. They're kind of a new concept, and there's more and more going to be the dominant force, I feel, in real estate. The old model was the traditional Century 21 Coldwell bankers, where you give up half your money at first, and you come in and you do the traditional realtor things. Then RE/MAX and Realty Executives came along, and they went to the 100% concept, where people paid a desk fee. Well, the next step is actually shingle shops, where they might have 100, 200, or even 300 agents, and all they simply do is maybe pay a $150 to $200 transaction fee, and then they pay $1,000 a year as a type of desk fee or a type of trademark fee. And other than them just simply being on the shingle somewhere and showing as an agent on the agent list, they literally never go into that office. Everything is virtual, and that is really becoming popular here in Houston. I was really surprised at the resurgence in that. It was just starting to kind of come out in San Diego a little bit, but here it's really established, and my eyes were really opened up to it more and more. For example, there's one company where they have a central mailing address, but what they do is they have a secretary who scans in all the mail, and she'll actually email it to you as a PDF. And literally everything is virtual, everything is e-fax, it's just completely hands-off, where you never physically have to step into their office. It's just like a virtual office for you, which I think is really the next wave. Low cost and no hassle. It's a tremendous way of building up the business. Now, one of the things that I would encourage you to do with a shingle shop is just try to harvest as many of the people as you can and call them up and just cold call them and solicit them and say that, hey, I work with a lot of the different agents from blah, 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 and I just wanted to find out, do you have an in-house loan officer that works with you? And what you should do is explain to them that you have a lot of systems in place to help an agent who works at home to be able to stay on top of their business and be plugged in. And at that point, you have something to talk with them about. But typically, you won't be able to do in-house presentations for a shingle shop. Really, where your money is not even the big shops. It's those medium to small shops. Those that are just big enough that they need your services and that people still meet there, but not too big to where they're getting bombarded every single day, or they have a large institutional lender that they're going to lock you out. So, small to medium-sized shops are really where our money is at. If you can get into a large shop, more power to you. And if it's a shingle shop, you just need to basically pick up the phone and just cold call down the list and just kind of spam it out there, and in this case, carpet bomb. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about earning the right to pitch the broker and to be able to get in there and get an appointment with the broker to be able to reach the entire office.